So I'll be reading The Psychology of Money book by Morgan House Ho. Is it by Morgan House Ho? I don't even know. But yeah, it's one of the best and most original finance books in years, apparently. So yeah, I was on page 38. Page 38. Let me continue from where I left off. So I'm gonna read for like 5 minutes. And then yeah, just to find like my articulation. I wanna improve more in terms of like articulating myself and learning how to verbally talk. Cause if I wanna be an entrepreneur, I have to learn this communication skills, bro. So yeah, and also in my last video, I spoke about um communication skills, which is important. So yeah, what he went to achieve from those beginnings was simply phenomenal. By his mid 40s, Gupta was CEO of McKinsey, the world's most prestigious consulting firm. He retired 2007 to take on roles with the United Nations and the World Economic Forum. He partnered on philanthropic work with Bill Gates. He sat on the board of directors of five public companies. From the Psalms of Kolkata, Gupta had quite literally become one of the most successful businessmen alive. With his success came enormous health. Oh, I made a mistake. With his success came enormous wealth. Okay, it's an interesting word. By 2008, Gupta was reportedly worth $100 million. It's an unfathomable sum of money to most. A 5% annual return on that much money generates almost $600 an hour, 24 hours a day. He could have done anything he wanted in life. And what he wanted by all accounts wasn't to be a mayor centimillionaire. Rajat Gupta wanted to be a billionaire. Wow. Rajat Gupta is a very thing. Yeah, he's very what word can I use? Very interesting person. Like he's so passionate. Like he wanted to be a billionaire. But yeah, and he wanted it badly. That's the worst part. So yeah, Gupta sat on the board of directors of Goldman Sachs, which surrounded him with some of the wealthiest investors in the world. One investor citing the paydays of private equity tycoons described Gupta like this: I think he wants to be in that circle. That's a billionaire circle, right? Goldman is like the hundreds of million circles, right? Right. So Gupta found a lucrative side hustle in 2008 as Goldman Sachs started at the wrath of the financial crisis. Warren Buffett planned to invest $5 billion into the bank account to help it survive. As a Goldman board member, Gupta learned of this transaction before the public. It was a valuable information. Goldman's survival was in doubt, and Buffett's backing wouldn't surely send it stalking sorry. 16 seconds after learning of the pleading deal, Gupta, who was dialed into the Goldman board meeting, hung up the phone and called a hedge and fund manager named Raj Atmam. Your bro's name. But yeah, the call wasn't recorded, but Rajatnam immediately bought 175,000 shares of Goldman Sachs. Yo, bro has a lot of money. So you can guess what was discussed. The Buffett Goldman deal was announced to the public hours. Later, Goldman stock surged. Rajatnam made a quick $1 million. That was just one example of an alleged trend. The SEC claims Gupta's insider tips led to $17 million in profits. It was easy money, and for prosecutors, it was an even easier case. Gupta and Rajatman both went to prison for insider trading. Their careers and reputations irrevocably ruined. Now consider Benny Madoff. His crime is well known. Madoff is the most notorious Ponzi schemer since Charles Ponzi himself. Madoff swindled investors for 2 decades before his crime was revealed. Ironically, just weeks after Gupta's endeavor, ah, endeavor, endeavor, in, endeavor, endeavor. So this is a new word I have to learn, but I don't know. Endeavor. Okay. What's overlooked is that Madhav like Gupta was more than a fraudster. Before the Ponzi scheme that made Madhav famous, he was a widely successful and legitimate businessman. Madoff was a market maker, a job that matches buyers and sellers of stocks. He was very good at it. Here's how the Wall Street Journal described Madoff market making from in 1992. He has built a highly profitable security firm, Bernard L. Madoff Investment Securities, which siphons a huge volume of stocks trade away from the big board. The $740 million average daily volume of trades executed electronically by the model firm of the exchange equals 9% of the New York exchange. Mr. Model firm can execute trades so quickly and cheaply that it actually pays other brokerage firms a penny a share to execute their customers, always profiting from the spread between bid and ask prices that most stocks trade for. This is not a journalist inaccurately describing a fraud yet to be uncovered. Madoff's market making business was legitimate. A former staff said the making arm of Madoff business made between $25 million and $50 million per year. Wow. Oh, okay. I think 5 minutes have been done, and yeah. So yeah, just showing you guys that just by reading every day, doing something like continuously, you are able to learn more things and learn how to speak properly just by doing it like continuously, like constantly every day, doing uncomfortable things, things that are difficult. You are able to learn and become a valuable person, you know. So because if you have to think of it, imagine you dying and like people actually were like, yeah, he was good, and the next day they forget about you. Bro, what was everything that you made for, dog? You know, I feel like you gotta do something, like do something to the point where people are gonna be like, yo, bro, nah, this is what made you you, dog. And worst part is it's supposed to at least like inspire other young children. Because I believe that young children, they get inspired by people who are older than them. And yeah, but like yeah, I'm just telling you about constant, like continuously, repetitively. doing things that matter and things that are productive. I don't even know what time is it right now. Oh, okay, now it's going to 12, and I just finished everything right now. Like I thought I was not gonna finish it, but I never let that thought control me because it was my brain putting itself into comfort zone. And I switched it off. I'm like, yo, you cannot be in comfort zone.